What's up, YouTube? It's me, Art. Look what I've got here. Bag of grits. You know, this is a staple food served anywhere in the South. And grits became so popular because back in the day, when Southern families were having all those kids so they could go out and work the farms, they had to be able to feed them something that was efficient and cheap. Well, enter the grits. By the way, personally, I think they're delicious. Well, nowadays, grits have become a luxurious food. Grits have grown up. You can find grits now in fine restaurants all over America. Yes, I'll have the grits and prawns, please. You get the idea. But listen to this. I've got a niece, Niece Muffin, who says that she makes some of the best Southern-style grits you're ever going to put your lips on. And she's been bragging to the family about it for years. Well, we figured it was time to put Muffin's grits to the test. So, let's have some Southern grits, country style.
Move! Go.
There he is again. All right, here's Niece Muffin in the kitchen now. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
Okay. What's going on? What are we doing today?
So today I'm going to be making some shrimp and grits and some fish and grits. You know, in our family we had fish and grits on Fridays, and then now, you know, everybody's eating shrimp and grits, so I thought I'd make both dishes for you today.
Okay, and everybody's hungry too, so that's good. So you've got all of your stuff here.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're just going to be watching here. What kind of fish are you working with today?
I'm going to be working with some whiting today.
Oh, I love whiting.
So right now I'm just going to season it up and get ready for the batter.
Okay. Okay. Now, let me ask you this while you're working there. You know, everybody's got some kind of fish dish and shrimp and grits and all, you know, you name it. How do you differentiate and make yours better or different from everybody else's?
Well, you know, in learning how to cook grits, you have to water grits just like you do flours. So you just don't put a cup of water in and think that's done with the grits. You have to continuously water them until they're creamy. And so I use a different mixture in my grits you'll see today. I use chicken stock.
Okay, all right, okay. You know what I use in my grits, don't you?
What is that?
Just butter and water.
Yeah, I mean, that's great if you're doing it for a breakfast, but if you're doing a dinner, you make a savory grit, you want to do it with a broth. You get some more flavor.
I hear you talking.
Country style family, could the walls in your home use some sprucing up? Well, how about some beautiful artwork from Africa? Hey, for the first time ever, I'm offering my personal photography pictures that I took myself in Africa, and I'm making them available to you. Now, these are one-of-a-kind specialty prints of mine that I took, and you can't get them anywhere else. Choose from my limited edition African prints, some with my signature on them, of cultural events and people. Vivid wildlife. And stunning landscapes, all from the motherland. Here's how you order. Go to the Country Style website on your screen. Once you're there, make your selection and we will ship them to you already framed and ready to be hung on your wall. Now, this is only for the months of November and December, and after that, this offer is over. Go to the website now and make your order. Treat yourself or make this a great gift for the holidays. And I hope you'll enjoy Art's artwork from Africa, country style. Moo! Ha ha! There's that cow again, reminding you to subscribe to this channel. Would you do it right now for me? Click that little red and white button in the corner of the screen. The little red and white button. Just click it, and then you'll be subscribed. It's as simple as that. And then like and share. Okay? We're with you, building this channel, one viewer at a time. Country style.
I got
Muffin has recruited Jism, her uncle, to help her out. He's quietly just chopping up some onions and stuff, and it's got some bell peppers and everything. And you've got all kinds of supplies. Good Lord, does it take all of this stuff to cook some grits? My Lord, here, this is a lot of stuff.
When you taste them, you'll see and you'll understand.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you.
So with any meat, I like to wash my meat off first before I cook it.
That's always a good deal.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to discover your proper seasoning mix that you knew this when you put that together? You said, "Oh, that's it right there."
I am a person that's a big foodie, so I see things on TV and then I try to take it and make it my own. And so I mix up a little different things here and there just to see what satisfies my palate, and then I test it out on other people just to see what they think.
And you haven't killed anybody yet, have you?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay. Well, there's still time.
I wanted in circles.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me.
I did, but it's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Muffin, they say good help is hard to find. Jism, is that the best you could find for today?
Yeah, he's great help. I was looking for my other uncle, but I don't know what happened to him.
They disappear around here. They
Yeah.
get kind of scarce.
Yeah, especially again, if we think he got to do something, you look around, you hear that truck thundering going down the road. Oh, shit.
Do you want to get me doing this?
Yeah, let's see what you got here.
So now I'm preparing my oil for the fried fish. So as this is getting hot, I'm going to start my batter, and I use an egg wash to make the fish a little crunchy.
Oh, an egg wash to make the fish crunchified.
Yes,
Not countryfied, but crunchified.
exactly.
Okay, me myself person, I don't give a shit about no crunchy. Leave the crunchy off my feet. I don't like crunchy.
How much of that are you going to do you put in there? Just enough to cover
Just
it up.
enough to have it floating, then you know it's done. Any quick grits are good. I like Quaker preferably, and also, believe it or not, the Walmart brand is a good brand. Preparing my egg wash now. So depending on the number of pieces of fish, determine the number of eggs. So we have about 2 dozen pieces of fish, so we'll do about 6 eggs for the egg wash.
Okay.
Most people put milk. That's the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
You put water in them, just about a tablespoon, and that fluffs up your eggs really well.
Well, I heard that milk was the best for
It
that.
stiffens them actually. Try it with the water, you'll see the difference.
Okay, so get off of that milk for your eggs.
Right.
Grits need help. If it wasn't for the pole, other things that go in there, what would the pole grit do? Go hide in the bushes. Cause he needs help. He needs some eggs, some bacon and stuff like that. That's what makes a grit a grit. Cause you can put anything with it.
Yeah.
Anything works.
Are you being like a tutor to your niece here?
No, she don't need no help. It's in her jeans.
But she's wearing Adidas warm-up. She's not wearing jeans.
Well, hey.
And as I mentioned before, I use chicken stock. You can use any chicken stock when you're making the grits that I made.
Go.
All right, so as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to also be fixing the shrimp and grits. So I'm going to have my uncle here cut up the sausage for my shrimp and grits while I'm frying the fish. So if you could cut these in circles for me. Thank you. Appreciate that. And as you can see, I have them cutting up some onion and some bell pepper as well as some garlic. And that's going to be the basis for my shrimp and grits, as well as some tomatoes, but we'll talk about that.
Shrimp and the grits and the fish and grits too?
Right, yes.
Roger that, control tower.
And as I mentioned, I use chicken stock, but there's another little secret that I use that makes them really creamy, and that's heavy whipping cream as well. So just gonna pour a little bit. For those that need measuring cups, you'll use about 1/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream for every 1 cup of chicken broth. So we have the egg wash, we have our breader, and so we're gonna put the fish in the egg wash, and then we'll put it over in the breader. So I'm gonna bring my fish over. And you don't use just any butter when you're making your grits. You want to use salted sweet cream butter. Very important. So I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to let that melt. And then once that gets to a nice boil, then we'll whisk the grits.
You're gonna whisk them.
Whisk.
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 Whisk. Whisk.
Whisk the grits.
We're gonna whisk. Whisk.
That's how you prevent the lumps.
Whisk. 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 Whisk.
Yes.
Do you whisk your grits?
If I got a whisk laying around. But there are other ways. Just beat hell out of them with a fork. You know? If that's all you got. Because you don't always have a whisk laying around.
And another thing, you don't necessarily have to have a whisk to beat your grits and whisk your grits. You have to have a fast stroke to keep them from lumping up.
Okay, now wait a minute. This is a family show. Now we're talking about whisking and beating and fast strokes. Now we're getting into a whole nother zone here.
Well, it's very important, and that's how people mess up their grits, because they pour the grits in, they stir it a couple times, and then they have lumps and they don't understand why. 2 important things. You have to keep feeding your grits with a liquid. So my liquid is going to be broth. But as you're putting the grits in, you have to have a fast stroke of the spoon or the whisk, whatever you're using to prevent the lumps. Very important.
Gotcha. We're picking up what you're putting down. Yeah.
So you see here, we have a nice golden brown, and our fish has risen to the top. So about 1 more minute, and this will come out. You got your nice piece of hot fish.
You ever see the movie Goodfellas when old Paulie was slicing up that garlic, and he was slicing it real thin? Did you see that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like that movie, Goodfellas?
Yeah. Did you ever see the one with Joe Pesci when he was a lawyer? And he just got out of law school and then went to Mississippi, and he had the grits thing going on, and he was asking the guy, say, how do you make your grit?
No, he said a grit. What is a grit? That's called My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah, my cousin Vinny. Yeah, that was a funny movie.
Good movie. You know, I'm a movie aficionado, you know. Okay, let's go back over here. Let's get back. We digress.
All right, so now we're going to take this hot fish out of the grease. And I'm going to show you that nice golden brown that I was speaking of.
Oh, look at that. Look at that right there. Yeah.
All right, and we're going to drop our next batch. Good. Another important thing I want to mention about when you're frying, you always want your oil to be very opaque, like translucent. Once it starts turning dark, then you know you need to change it out. So as you can see, we're still good with the oil.
Yeah. I mean, because, you know, I've always said that myself. That's important. The last thing anyone wants is an opaque, non-translucent oil.
All right, so as I mentioned earlier, you can't just pour grits in and just walk away. You have to continuously stir your grits so they don't stick to the bottom of the pan. So as you can see, I'm getting the consistency that I want. And as you can tell, no lumps. Very important. Let's show you that again. No lumps. And now I'm going to start preparing the shrimp for my shrimp and grits. So I'm going to use half a stick of butter to start with, and then we're going to let that melt, get that nice little sizzle. And to keep the butter from burning, you just want to take it off the eye a little bit and just let it melt. And as you can see, getting that nice,
Yeah, swirling butter.
yes.
You know, that could be the name of a band or something. Swirling Butter. Now, with the latest, here comes Swirling Butter with their new hit, Grits in the Kitchen.
Right. So now we're going to add the vegetable. We're going to add a little bit of time. And the very important thing you want to make sure when you're sauteing your vegetables that they're translucent in color, meaning clear, that you can see through. And as I mentioned earlier, you can see that the onions are starting to get translucent in color. And here, I'll show you what I mean. That's translucent. It's starting to get translucent. See how you can see through the onion?
Oh, translucent is first cousin to trisolate.
What?
Trisolate?
Trisolate and translucent. Translucent. Translucent and trisolate. Oh, that's too much. That's too much. There's too much going on.
So I had to move to a bigger pot because I'm making it for a bigger audience today. So as you can see, I got the sausage in here, stirring it around with the vegetables, get that flavor in. And then shortly, we're going to be adding tomatoes, and then another secret ingredient that I'm not going to share with you. And then last but not least, the shrimp, and then you'll see my shrimp and grits country style.
Okay, this is the part where she's adding the secret ingredient that we can't show you. So just let your imagination go crazy right now because you can't see this part.
All right, so now we're adding the last ingredient, and that's going to be shrimp. And I just poured them in the cup here so that I can put them in so I don't get too much excess water.
Now, do you go with big shrimp, small shrimp, medium shrimp?
Well, if you're cooking for like 4 people, I'll say go with the jumbo shrimp, just easier to plate. But if you want to not make your dish so expensive, I'd say go to the small or the medium sized shrimp.
Okay.
So in this case, we have a mixture of both. We have medium and large.
Meantime, back to that secret ingredient. It's already in the grits now. And what do you got?
So as you can see,
Oh, that's pretty. That is pretty.
they're nice and creamy. And if you want to go back and look at how the grits started to where they are now, you'll see the difference of what I was talking about.
Okay. The family's here. We've got nephews and nieces all at the table. You've seen a lot of these guys in previous videos. And you've got Jism over here at the head as well. And Niece Muffin is serving them all up. They're ready to try it and see what it's all about. Got fish and grits, shrimp and fish. Got a little bit of everything here. You guys have your mimosas in your mason jars. Now that's country as hell.
Country style.
That is country style right there.
It's good.
What are you guys thinking? What are you feeling? What are you feeling?
That's good.
Good. I'm impressed. It's good. Good.
Yeah?
Good.
Yeah?
Real good.
Okay. Did she do it? Did she do it?
She did it. She did.
Does she uphold the test?
Surprisingly,
It's a pass. It's a pass.
What do you think about that?
I think they're full of shit. sit at that.
Well, we didn't want to say the food was nasty, so.
I mean,
Is it
you know, we
nasty?
can't tell people that. We gotta be nice, right?
Well, get a
But
true
wait.
honest opinion.
I'm about to eat this duck production. And then I can't eat that when my grits cold. Cold as shit.
So talk about a full episode here. We've got fish and grits, shrimp and grits, and then they topped it off with mimosas and mason jars for breakfast. It's country for sure. Guys, how do we do it?
Cheers.
There's just one thing I forgot to say, and you know what it is. Bon appetite.
What was that?
That's how good it was.
Somebody passed the gas and they say it was good.
It wasn't me.
What's your dude over there?
What was talking about?
Did you hear it? Yes, thank you.
I didn't hear that.
It was that loud.
Yes. You know, but y'all, you be quiet when you be passing me there.
The ones that blood, that's the ones that wake you up.
Right. Burn the nose.
Yeah, you be